Good morning, everyone. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little weird being on my business page, but I've got something really awesome to show you guys. I'm super excited. I learned this over the past weekend and it has completely changed my brow life, okay? So I'm gonna be showing you a brow trick and then a quick tip to help you get like the best blend, like mesh of your eyeshadow. Like it's just one of those tricks that it's absolutely mind-blowing, and as soon as she taught me it, I was like, oh, that was so much easier. So I'm gonna give you guys a second to hop on, and I'm gonna actually zoom in so you guys can see. So I started my one brow, but I wanted to actually show you like the transition of how this trick like totally changes everything. So yes, bear with me. I normally go live on my personal page, so this is way outside my comfort zone, but you know what? I've contemplated transitioning a lot of my content over here. So if you guys are new to watching me, you are one of the followers on my business page, hashtag newbie, okay? So that way I can see who all is actually one of my friends on Facebook versus who's actually just kind of following me here on my business page, okay? So, are you ready? Are you ready? There's a piece of hair on my phone. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So, I have recently kind of switched to doing a brow pencil for my brows. It's totally preference, but I kind of like the control a little bit better of having the brow pencil right now versus like a brow palette. So, that's totally up to you. You can do this trick either way, but it is going to absolutely blow your mind, okay? So you're gonna start and you're gonna put primer all over your brow, okay? Get all up in there with some primer. That is going to help give some really good pigmentation and just kind of give you a little bit extra oomph, all right? And then you're gonna want a cream shadow brush. You're gonna want your concealer, which I actually go pretty intense with my concealer, and I go like way down to Scarlet. Hold on, let me swipe because I'm not seeing. If you guys are saying hi, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing them, but it's cool. I don't mind. So you're gonna put your primer on, and then you're gonna kind of just go through and fluff your brow just to kind of get the hairs to lay naturally where they would, okay? You want them to be comfortable in their own skin. You want them right where you want it. So we're gonna get that primer all up in there, and then you're gonna comb them out. So first we're gonna start on this side, and watch this. You are then, after you kind of get it like shaped, you've got it where you want it, it's okay, okay? It's not the worst brow that I've ever seen, but I swear to all things makeup related that cleaning up around your brows is going to change your life. If you're not cleaning up around your brows and you do this, I promise you're gonna fall in love all over again, okay? So I'm taking this and I'm actually kind of like fanning it out a little bit, all right? Just so it kind of spreads it a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of my Scarlet concealer. This is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it, right? If you've ever used it and you've gotten a little bonkers with it, you don't need a whole lot. Otherwise, you're gonna be covering your entire freaking face with it, and you don't need to, okay? So I'm just gonna take like a little bit, since we're just doing one brow right now, and I'm just gonna kind of cover the entire tip of that cream shadow brush with it, and we are going to go in and we are just going to tap it, okay? We're not smearing it, we're not dragging it, we are simply like stippling it almost, okay? So we're just gonna go in and just tap. So you're gonna do that under, and then you're gonna do that over top too. So we're just gonna tap, okay? And I am doing this before I do my foundation. So if you can't tell, I have nothing else on. So you're just gonna get that shape that you want, clean up that little tail end, and just press it, okay? We are just pushing it in. And then what I'm gonna show you next is going to be a game changer. if you've always worried about doing a color this light before your foundation, okay? So you don't even have to get your foundation super close to the brow at this point. So here, and if you've never watched me before, if you are someone that is on my business page that hasn't actually seen some of my live videos, I am a mom, and with it being summertime, if you feel my video shaking, it's probably my children doing Fortnite dance moves in the other room. When they dance and they jump, the whole floor shakes, okay? So if you see my video going like this, it's because of them. So there is that, okay? And then we can even take a little bit, if you struggle with getting a really crisp line on this front end, just kind of go like that, okay? And then this is another key part of this, okay? This is not unique, so just bear with me. It is the Real Techniques blending bud, but what's the name of it? Miracle Complexion Sponge is what it's called, okay? And it's got the flat edge, okay? So you normally see me using like my pointed ones. It's got the pointed end if you need it, but this flat end is going to be a game changer, okay? So here's what it looks like dry, and here's what it goes to when you get it damp, okay? So I kind of soaked up some water in it, and then I squeezed it out really good, and then I took a paper towel to squeeze it out even more, okay? So we want it damp, and I'm going to put my liquid foundation right on top of it, okay? So I'm doing satin, so you can kind of get an idea of why I say you don't need to get super close to your brow, but you still want to make sure that it's like blended, because that's pretty light, right? So we're gonna take a little bit of that, and since we're just doing the one side right now, I'm going to just do like 2 drops, all right? I've had this for a while, I just don't use it for lives a whole lot. I post and I do content on here, but I don't actually typically go live because all my viewers are over on my personal page. So I'm considering transitioning a lot more of my makeup lives over to this end, just so you guys have this resource too. So watch this. We're just going to kind of take that liquid foundation and just kind of go right in with it, and boom, okay? It's just going to soften everything. Hey, Danielle. It's just gonna soften everything without you getting too close to that brow, okay? So you could even go in, if you just want a really soft coverage, you can just go in with this blending bud, but you can simply go through and get super close to that brow, clean it all up, and then boom, be done, okay? So let me finish this real quick. We'll do halfsies. We'll do halfsies, and then we'll go do it again from scratch for the other side, okay? So I just got this on Amazon. I think you can get it at Target too. It's just the Real Techniques one, and I'm totally digging this. Thank you, Chelsea, for changing my life, because you can just kind of go meow and smudge it all together, okay? So there's my halfsies. And then if you need to, you can even use this side to get in that little nook. So here's what you're gonna do next. Take some eye primer, just a little bit. Where did I put my eye primer? Just a little bit. And because the eye primer is flesh toned, it is going to, like, how have I never known how amazing this sponge is? It's so soft and so squishy. I absolutely love this. Like, I wish I would have had this sooner. But so this is flesh toned. So you're just gonna take a little bit of that, and you're just gonna kind of pull that concealer that we had down with the concealer and the primer. So it's just going to prep that eye for our eye look and merge it all together all at once. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I really love the feel of it. I'm a very I'm very highly sense driven. So like the way things feel, the way they look, the way they smell, all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna bring that down and just kind of bring it in. Just kind of mesh it together, and then just do some setting powder. Hey Rachel, hey babe. So I'm just gonna take a little setting powder, just so when you go in with your eyeshadows and everything, it's not going to adhere like super, super intense, okay? So we're just gonna set it very, very lightly. Now, so that is brow. Let me do the other brow real quick before we go into like a totally different eyeshadow trick that is also going to change your life. Okay, so that is the one brow trick, okay? Now we're moving on. This is what my brows look like on a regular, everyday basis if I don't do anything to them. The days of me not doing my brows was very, very sad. Like, look at that. Luckily, they have some kind of shape now. They're a little bit more together than they used to be, but just you wait. Makes a huge difference. So if you want to use the brow palette, go for it, but I am going to show you guys with the brow liner. It's super, super small, like fine tip, okay? So you can get a really good, precise line. Yeah, when Chelsea was here, like everyone and their mom wanted to get their brows done by Chelsea. It was funny. She was like, I don't want to do any more brows, which I don't blame her. But yeah, once you know, like once you practice this trick, it's going to be a game changer for you. I promise. Like, I tend to ride the struggle bus with the brows, especially like I kind of like fluctuate a little bit. Like sometimes I'll be really, really good with my brows, and then other times like it'll just be like I just want to like Britney Spears them and just like buzz them off. So I'm with you, but this has helped tremendously, okay? So what I do with my brow pencil is I kind of go in really lightly underneath here and kind of get the angle that I want for the brows, fill in any of the areas where I have like sparse or missing hair from years of like years of waxing in the wrong places and too much. So we're just going to go in and get the angle, and then we're gonna kind of connect. It's almost like connect the dots. This is actually the dark one, Joellen. I was using the medium, but it's a little bit warmer. This is a little bit more of like a cool, like dark brunette almost. And with my tan lately, I felt like I needed a little more. So you're gonna start, and then you're gonna kind of get that tail. And then I kind of like to come up, like connecting backwards almost. And then you can kind of work your way. So the beauty of cleaning up your brows though, is that even if you slip up and you kind of go a little overboard with it, you can always freshen it up and it changes like the entire feel of it, okay? So we're just gonna kind of go in, and I like to go both directions just to kind of go with the hair. And we're just going to kind of fill in those areas, and I extend a little bit extra on the bottom right here, and then I kind of go back in with the spoolie on it and just kind of move the product around to kind of blend and soften it. Capiche? So we just kind of wiggle it to kind of blend and soften the product. So there we go. Let me fill in this area right here. So it's almost like you're like a builder. You're Bob the Builder of brows. So you get to pick and choose where you want more product, where you want like the foundation, where you want arches. You get to pick and choose, okay? And kind of just like the basic understanding of brows is this. Hey Christina, yes, today we are Bob the Builder, okay? Can we do it? Yes, we can. So if you take just your brush or your liner or anything and you kind of line it up at the outside of your nose, don't squish it too much, okay? Yes, of course, Morgan, of course. Just kind of lay it right there. That kind of gives you an idea of where you want your brow to start. And then if you go over the pupil of your eye, you can kind of gauge where the natural arch or curve should begin, but that's all preference, okay? That's kind of like the fun part. And then if you go from the side of the nose right on the outer corner of your eye, you can kind of see naturally where your brow would end. Again, makeup is all about preference, and you get to pick and choose, okay? Hey Tina, hello. I know. It's been crazy with the training last week and everything, and preparing for the training. It was just really intense, but I am back. Life is kind of going back to normal now. So yeah, now we're gonna take a little bit of that primer, or not the primer, the concealer, remember? And if you're just hopping on, you're gonna take your cream shadow brush and you're gonna kind of fan it a little bit. So you're gonna smush it to fan it, and then you're gonna get that concealer on there and watch. We're just gonna kind of dab it. We're gonna pat it, and we're gonna crispen up that area. So you're just pushing it into the skin to crispen it all up. And then we're gonna, I kind of switch the direction, like the angle of how I'm holding it so that I can get the top of it. And we're just gonna do the same exact thing. Now, once you're doing this on yourself and you've got the hang of it, it actually goes a lot faster. I know some of you guys are probably like, ain't nobody got this much time to do their brows. Trust me, you can bust through it super, super fast once you know what you're doing and once you're not talking. It takes me longer when I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it than actually doing it, okay? Here we go. We're gonna go in this angle now. I know. Lately, I have been going like totally fresh-faced. Like other than the training the other day, it was basically just Megan freeballing it with no makeup on. Totally freeballing. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We've crispened it up, we freshened it, we figured out where we kind of need a little bit more, where we need a little bit less. I'm gonna do the underside first real quick. Take some of my eye primer. Not a whole lot, you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way, guys. I know when you've got good products, you really, really, really want to go buck wild with them, but you don't need a lot of product. You don't at all. So we're gonna just take it, and we're just going to drag it down, okay? So we're just going to mesh the two together, okay? The eye primer's coming down, the concealer's coming down. It's creating that nice, awesome, soft canvas for us for when we do our eye look, okay? So we're just bringing all of it down. You can even bring it out there if you want to. Totally up to you. See, I do a lot of like really light, bright stuff right here in this inner corner. So I really want to make sure that I have eye primer there. Oh, hey, Joy. Oh, hey. Little business page action happening. So there is that. And then you're going to take your handy dandy Real Techniques amazing flat edged sponge that is damp. Yes, it is damp. And we're going to take our liquid foundation, which this liquid foundation is considered medium coverage. So if you want max coverage, I would suggest either doing a concealer with it or putting a powder over top of it. Okay? So we are just going to go in, and we are just going to merge it all together. Okay? Just going zoop. Also, if you've never watched me before, I do a lot of sound effects. We do a lot of meow. Okay? Everything has a sound effect because everything sounds better with a sound effect. Okay? Am I right? It's just more fun when you've got a sound that goes with everything, right? Meow. Boop, boop, boop. See? That's way more fun. So we can just, if you don't have a brush, just kind of go in wasn't that awesome. My sister did so good. I am so proud of her for that. And honestly, she didn't even realize it was her turn. Kylie was introducing her, and she didn't even realize that it was her turn. She was like, oh, I thought we were doing it later. I was like, girlfriend, it is later. But it was definitely something that needed to be talked about, because it did take her a long time for her to finally join me. And there was a lot of disconnect in our relationship because of my family's lack of understanding and lack of support of what it was that I do. But yeah, she did so good. I'm so proud of her. So yeah, look at that. Totally cleaned it up. Oh, we forgot something. That setting powder. She was a total hater. Total haterade, okay? She was the epitome of people that like to stomp on other people's dreams. Sorry, Ninny. But no, she's seen the other side, and she admits that there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I do that she didn't understand. From their point of view, they see me on my phone. They see me just kind of like laser focused and only like focusing on that. They don't see the rest of the stuff. They didn't see me picking people up in the background and motivating them and helping them believe in themselves. She wasn't seeing all that stuff. So yeah, there's the brows. There's the brows. Yes, we do sound effects. She hisses. There's Jer.
What up?
We're on my business page.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I was wondering why I didn't get a notification.
Because we're on my business page today.
Oh, yeah?
We're trying something new.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hey, Dorothy. Oh my gosh, we had a blast. We had so much fun. It was amazing. Okay.
I'll leave you alone.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you.
Oh, I'm sore.
Yeah, he just got back from the gym because I'm a slave driver like that. Okay, let me think how I want to do this. I'll probably wait to do my under eye concealer until I show you guys. Yeah, Joy, I'm giving the business page a whirl. I'm testing it out, and I may just try to start kind of transitioning my lives and stuff over to here, because there's a whole network of people over here that I don't get to interact with on a daily basis. And since Facebook only allows me to have 5,000 friends on my personal page, that's not fun. I don't like that. I want all the friends in the world, and Facebook is trying to cramp my style, and I don't like that. Okay, trick number 2. When you're doing eyes, how many of you guys constantly feel like you're on the struggle bus of blending out that outer side? It's either too blended, not blended enough, it's out here, and then you have to kind of go back and clean it up with concealer, and it's just a struggle for this outer corner. I have this trick that is going to blow your mind just like it did mine, okay? It is going to blow your mind. You are going to take, I actually have a Morphe brush that I ordered that is on its way, but for now, we're just gonna use the other end of the contour brush. So something with like a flat side that we can use as almost like a stamp. That's what we're gonna be doing. So we're taking this with my setting powder, and we're gonna just kind of get the setting powder on there, and we are going to stamp it right on that outer corner, okay? So just kind of stamp right there, okay? And I know it's gonna look really crazy at this point, but trust me, guys, it is phenomenal, okay? And then we're gonna go to this side, and we're gonna stamp right there, okay? Don't be afraid to put a lot, because you're gonna dust off the excess, and when you're doing your eye look, you're also going to be kind of blending it and pushing the product away. So yeah, you're just gonna stamp it right there. And that angle is a little different than this angle, but it's cool. We'll still roll with it. And I am actually going to be playing around with a few colors for a wedding that I'm doing this week, or not this week, in a few weeks. And so I kind of wanted to play around with those shades first. So bear with me. Let's see. I love Morphe brushes for doing my eyes. There are certain unique brushes that I absolutely love and cannot live without, but there's quite a few Morphe brushes, especially their fluffier brushes, that I have to have. I have to have in my life. Like, I am obsessed with brushes. All kinds, all shapes, all sizes. But we are going to start out with the Younique blending brush, okay? It's fluffy. You can move a lot of the product to give a really nice soft look. And I'm actually going to start with this gingerly color. And I'm just going to kind of tap it off, get any of that excess product. And we're just going to kind of get a nice transition shade first. And you'll notice that with that setting powder there, it's softening that outer corner. And then once we go in at the very end and dust off the existing setting powder there, it's just going to softly blend. Here is what is in the kit. Here's the colors that are in the kit. That's the one. Look at those deliciousness. Love them. I contemplated doing that for you guys today, but I really wanted to play with some colors for Kara's eye, just so I can kind of get an idea of which shades I do like for it and which shades I don't. So we're just going to very softly. It does. Gingerly is a little bit more of like a pumpkin spice color. Okay, it's really yummy. It's really delicious. It's kind of like, it's more of a pumpkin pie, whereas that's more of like a clementine. I like to refer to everything as food because, like I said, I go by senses. The way things look, the way things feel, the way things smell. That's what I'm about. Those are my things. Those are the way to my heart. Is through my belly. Okay, I love food. Okay, and then let's see. We're gonna do a little bit of this brown Gullible color. It's a matte brown. And I'm using a Morphe brush. It is Morphe M433. Yes. There you go. Joy breaking it down for you. And we're just going to kind of start building it right on this outer corner. I like to think of eye looks as like peeling back the layers of an onion. You have to kind of start at the base of it and build up. You can't just take the whole darn onion. You have to actually kind of like work up to it. So you're gonna do one layer and then you're gonna kind of build more colors. And then you're gonna build some more colors. And you're just going to keep on layering it until you get to that level that you're looking for, okay? So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that Gullible color and we're gonna keep on intensifying it until I get it where I want it. Thank you, Dorothy. Always sharing. Sharing is caring. And I love you for it. I do. So look how it's so softly blended, yet it's not so soft that it's disappearing. It's magical, guys. It is so magical. Love it. Oh, gosh, I just love it. Okay. And as I go in with depth and everything, my brushes are getting smaller, okay? So I start out really soft, blending, a little bit smaller, and now I'm getting a little bit smaller to add some like real pow with this dark Marvelous color, okay? It's a dark chocolatey cocoa brown, okay? And the darker the colors get, the more intense they get. So remember, a little bit goes a long way. And that just reminds me, I need to get out my cream shadow that I was looking for. We're gonna do some cream shadow in this in this look too, as like an extra like booster almost. Okay. So if you struggle with that whole outer eye crazy train look, or if you just have hooded eyes like I do, this trick right here is going to be a game changer for you. It really, really will. And then afterwards, you can always go in and clean it up with concealer to really get a crisp look if you want crisp. But honestly, I like the more like soft blended look, okay? I am like a master blender. I blend the bejeebers out of everything. I have to. I have to. Okay, let's see. Where is Elegant is what I need. I've got way too many cream shadows. It's kind of sad. There it is. Okay. So Elegant is like this nice champagne-y color. And this is just going to kind of be like a base. Good morning, Amanda. This is just going to be kind of like a base for the shimmer that I'm going to put on top of it. Just as kind of like an extra little bit of hold in pigmentation, okay? Because I mean, remember, this is kind of me practicing for, yes, I feel like Elegant should be like everyone's like first. Like it is like just one of the best well-rounded colors. So we're just going to kind of place it right there on the lid as just an extra layer of shimmer. You could easily do just Elegant, but I don't ever just do basic, okay? I like using 5 million, bajillion, quadrillion colors, right? Because that's more fun. So there's that. And then I'm going to dampen my brush. I'm just going to use the same brush, and we are going to put some of the Optimistic eyeshadow right over top of it. And again, we're just going to pack it on. We're not going to smear it. We're just pressing it right into it. Yes, the cream shadows in general are just super, super simple for a quick, I need out the door in 5 minutes flat look. They are just so simple. And honestly, that's what I recommend for a lot of like my new moms that are like, that still want to have something on their eye, or for the people that are beginners to makeup, okay? If you're just now learning how to do makeup, you are going to love the cream shadows for their ease of application, ease of blendability, and just to create a simple monotone look, okay? You can do multiple of them together, but honestly, yeah, look at that. Look at that color. And then I'm going back with a small brush again, and that same dark color that we used, the Marvelous, but I'm going to pack it on a little bit more, okay? And this is where it's going to kind of create that really deep, smoky, sultry look, okay? Look at that. Okay. And then, if you've snagged the Kudos this month, then you're gonna love this brush. This eyeliner brush has become my new BFF. I love it. It is so precise. And if you're not one to wear a lot of eyeliner, and you kind of like using powder as your eyeliner, or even if you like kind of bringing the smokiness of your eye look down here, this is the perfect, precise, precision brush, okay? So I'm going to just kind of swoop it up. And then let's see. Just gonna kind of go back real quick with that very first brush just to kind of soften everything and to kind of make sure that that one color is popping up. And then you can kind of see where we did that concealer. It creates a really nice brow color, like where you don't even have to go in with another brow color. And then you can kind of go in and just dust off that extra setting powder that you had. And boom, look at how soft and how smooth of a blend that is. It's so simple. And I mean, if you're gonna have your setting powder out anyways, it just kind of creates that simple, flawless finish that I know y'all want, okay? Because I struggle with it too. And it is such a game changer, okay? So I am going to quickly go through the other eye real quick, and then maybe throw in a lip for you guys, and then we're gonna boogie. But if you got any kind of value out of this, if you learned something that is going to help you in your makeup routine, feel free to share the love. Tag someone below that may need some hooded eye loving, because I have hooded eyes for days and days and days, guys. Like, I never knew the difference between regular eyes and hooded eyes, deep set eyes, close set eyes, okay? I didn't know any of that. I didn't know I had hooded eyes. So when I do an eye look, I can't just do a look that someone else does. I have to make sure that I'm making it for hooded eyes. So I feel the struggles. I do. And I had to just kind of learn to embrace it all. Okay, so let's go through. We're gonna do a little bit of that Gullible. Another little tip for you, if you tend to get heavy-handed with your eyeshadows, scoot back on your brush a little bit. The closer you're up to the tip of it, the more pressure you're putting on. Whereas if you scoot back a little bit, you're getting a little bit more like lightweight, like it's just very soft. Okay, just very, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word? It's just softer. I don't know the word, it's just softer, okay? So we're just gonna kind of lightly get some of that Gullible in there, all right? Just kind of feather it in. Maybe that's the word I was thinking, feathered. Just light as a feather, stuff as a board, right? Okay, so we're just gonna add a little bit of that. And remember, my brushes are getting smaller and smaller as we're building that intensity, okay? So we're gonna get some of that, the dark chocolatey deliciousness right here, okay? And for those of you guys hopping on, this trick is going to give you the most amazing soft blend on the outer corner, okay? You're not gonna have to worry about like all kinds of like, is it too blended? Is it not blended enough? It's just going to be super soft. Hi, Alex. Hi. Welcome to my business page. Welcome to Megan Ashley. Yes. Giving the business page a whirl. Giving it a big old whirl. Because why not? Why not, right? Okay, taking that Elegant Cream Shadow. We're going to pack it on. Pack it on. And also, if you're just now hopping on, go back and rewatch the beginning so you can see the mind-blowing brow trick, okay? If you ride that struggle bus, you're not going to anymore. You're getting off of that bus and you are going to Fleeky Town, okay? It's game over. Game over, y'all. Okay, we're just going really fast on this eye just because I can and because I want to hurry up it. I want you guys to see the finished effect, okay? And we're gonna pack it. Pack on that optimistic. We want that intensity. We want people to be like, dang, look at that color. Like, this color is intense, but when you spray your brush with that setting spray, it just kind of creates this amazing foiled effect, and it just like, it shimmers from the moon. It does. Okay, look at that. And I'm bringing it down here because I still have to do my under eye concealer, so I can kind of get away with doing a little bit deeper right here, since I'm going to kind of clean up my under eyes, my little baggies, okay? And then smaller brush, even smaller. Started really big, getting smaller, okay? The smaller the brush, the more intense the pigmentation, okay? So if you want a really bold, bam, in your face pigmentation, go with the smaller brush. If you want a more soft and blended, go with a bigger, fluffier brush, okay? And then, so we're still doing the Marvelous color, but we are doing it on this outer corner, and we're just kind of working it. Yes, the foiled look is bomb. Like, that is money, guys. That is like the showstopper. You want it. You need that foiled effect, especially if you're doing like a super dramatic, like, night out on the town look. You need that effect, because that's what's gonna make people stop and stare. That is what's gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna keep on keeping on, because we want this outside to be depth. Okay, basically what you're doing when you create eye looks is you are creating an optical illusion. You are putting depth and shadows in places that maybe there aren't depth and shadows, okay? Same with highlighting and contouring. You are creating an optical illusion, okay? You are creating something that maybe wasn't there and accentuating something else that maybe you want seen more than another, okay? Makeup is art, and it is all optical illusions. That one shade from palette 2 is Amazeballs World. Yes, yes. We're using a little bit of palette 1. Actually, no, I didn't end up using anything from palette 1. Psych. We're doing a quad. Gingerly, Marvelous, Gullible, and Optimistic. Yeah, and some Elegant Cream Shadow in there. I'm playing around for Kara's wedding eyes. She sent me some pictures, so this is kind of me goofing off and seeing what I want to use and how I want to use it. So I'm gonna actually, and when you are doing a look, okay, take a step back, look to see, like, are we symmetrical? What do I need a little bit more of? What are we doing what do we need to blend out a little bit? So when I take a step back and look, I need a little bit more of that Gullible color over here, okay? Boom. That way we can kind of just get it twinsies, okay? We want it as symmetrical as possible, and I'm actually going to kind of try to soften that top part a little smidgen, all right? Let's see. And if you need to, just take a brush that doesn't have anything on it, and you can always go in and just kind of soften it, okay? Dunsies, okay? Now, so we've got that setting powder on the outside. We're going to take our brush, and we are going to just brush off that excess, okay? Check it. Check it out now. Hey, Alyssa. Okay, just dust it off. Just like you would if you were like baking. You're baking your under eyes, and you dust off the excess. That's exactly what you're doing here. And it's just creating that perfect soft blend and finish, okay? So that is, actually, I think I need some, oh, no, we're not done. This is in the Kudos this month, and it is phenomenal for precision. Look, okay? Thank you. I love it. I actually lightened a few of the blonde pieces in my hair yesterday just to kind of freshen it up a little. And now I'm like, oh, I think I need some more lighter pieces in there. I keep telling myself, no, you don't. You've got other stuff to do today. No, you don't. But I love, love, love having the short hair. I do. Because even when it kind of starts to fall limp, it just still has more sass than if I had my hair in a freaking ponytail or a bun on my head. Like, it's just got more attitude than my other hair do's in the past. So let's just throw a little mascara underneath. And then I'm actually just going to kind of touch up the mascara I did have on. Typically, I will do mascara after my look. Are you? Shut up. It's that time of year. That time of year that everyone wants to go lighter, right? The sun is shining, we're tan, and we want to be light. We want to be as bright as a diamond. So that is super simple. Let me just do a little under eye concealer for you. A little quickie, okay? I'm gonna take the other end of this bud, this amazing, delicious, squishy bud, okay? And we're just going to conceal that under eye right there, okay? I need that concealage. I'm a mom. I'm a businesswoman. And my bags are designer and genetic. And so under eye concealer is not optional. Ever. Ever. It is a must every darn day. Every darn day. And yes, you do need this bud. And it comes in a 2-pack on Amazon, okay? Here's what the packaging looks like. It comes with 2. This is what it starts out when it's dry, and this is how big it gets when it's wet. For reals. And they're so squishy. So freaking squishy. So yeah. I really wanted to steal Chelsea's, but I figured that's not being a good friend. I'll just buy my own. Amazon, it was maybe like $14 or something like that for the 2-pack. And obviously Amazon Prime is my boo. So yeah, we've got Prime going on and it's amazing and y'all need it. You use the flat side. I use the flat side to put on my liquid foundation. I will tell you that if you're putting on your liquid foundation with it, it is a little bit more transparent or like sheer of a coverage, but it's still just as amazing. But I just love the squishiness of it all. And then I'm just gonna set under here with some setting powder, just because I like a matte finish. And because this like blurs it all up. Yes, Target too. And I want to say that you'll probably find them at, you can probably find them at like Marshalls and TJ Maxx too. I know a lot of times I see like the Real Technique stuff in their little checkout lines. It's Real Techniques is the brand. Let me see if I can squish this down so you can actually see the name. But yeah, they're called 2 Miracle Complexion Sponges. Use damp or dry. Walgreens or CVS too. See? Yes. And this is Real Techniques too. And I got this at Kohl's. And this is actually a setting brush. So I actually like using this for my under eye settage. What? I think Grayson's yelling for you. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of pressed powder. A little doot. A little doot. And this is Tweed. This is one of our newer shades. And I love it. It's more of like a pinky undertone, which I'm typically like a little bit more of like a yellowy undertone. But I love the balance of the two. And you are too sweet. Too sweet. Okay. A little more. And because these new powders are so pigmented, you really only have to like dab a tiny bit. You don't need a whole lot. Okay. And voila! That is our fun tricks for today, okay guys? Super simple, super easy. It's going to change your brow game. It's going to change your eyeshadow game. And this little buddy is amazeballs. Seriously, amazeballs. If you learned anything today, guys, just share. Share the love. If you are not already following this page, make sure to do so because I may be going live on here a lot more than you think. If you've ever considered doing what I do, message me. I would love to answer your questions because this is the best gig in the world ever. Not only are you going to get a bomb kit full of makeup, but seriously, it is the most fun and my peeps are the best. But that is all I got. Happy freaking Tuesday. I love you guys and I will talk to you later. Say peace.